Welcome to the Conscious Companies Conscious Leadership and Ethics Summit 2026. Today we are gathered here in Melrose at the venue to discuss the convergence of AI technology and consciousness in businesses today. Follow me as we go and talk to some influential people shaping the future of technology and consciousness in businesses today.
You guys are here with Hugo.
Nice to meet you, my brother.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Having attended today's summit, in which singular moment did you feel history was being written in these rooms?
Well, I believe in many ways history was written in these rooms. But in a nutshell, I think the integration of like the human elements into AI interests me the most. And moving forward into the future, I believe us being able to be conscious about the AI technologies in the real world, and making an effort to actually be involved in a human way to do that really caught my attention. Yeah.
Fantastic. So for everybody who didn't attend today, Hugo, what would you say they missed out on?
So for the people who didn't attend today, I'd say they missed out on the future. They missed out on so many things that are happening right now that are paving the way for so many things in the future, 10, 20, 30 years ahead. You guys literally missed out on the future.
How do you see the conversations is today shaping the future of leadership, innovation, and legacy by 2027?
Oh yeah, I see the conversations that were raised today shaping leadership and many aspects of the future in many ways. I see these conversations shaping leadership in a manner that you cannot really have something that's innovative or something that will benefit humans without involving humans in the process. So I believe these conversations are very necessary in shaping leadership. And when it comes to conscience, I mean, we all have a very big fear of the technology that is to come. So conscience is very important to preserve the needs of us human beings before we start seeing things we do not want to see, you know? Yeah.
Last question. In your own words, how would you define conscious leadership and what would you say is a conscious company?
I'd say, I'd believe conscious leadership and a conscious leadership and?
Conscious companies.
Conscious companies, okay. I'd say conscious leadership and conscious companies are companies that are for humanity. They're for raising humanity's quality of living. And with all these things that have been spoken about today, I believe humanity has been considered in a very, very, very conscious way. Because when I say conscious, I mean for the benefits and for the understanding and the growth of humanity. Yeah, that's what I'd say it is.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure chatting to you.
Pleasure to chat to you too.
Welcome to the Conscious Companies Conscious Leadership and Ethics Summit.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here, and today we are here with
Richard Firth.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Mr. Richard.
Thank you.
Having attended the event today, what was the one moment where you felt like history was being written in this room?
Sure, I had a pretty big moment. The event that I found really fascinating was listening to Jadelle and her business in the clothing space, coming from 4 people, creating a company of 140 people. But just 3 little snippets that she made. That number one, she used locally manufactured material. Her primary vehicle in the factory was an Isuzu, and her delivery vehicle is a Nissan. And how could you be a proudly South African business without using proudly South African products and whatever? So I really found that motivating, that it just shows you why she is where she is, because she manages to take locally produced stuff and produces her own materials for supply into the bigger, the South African market.
For everybody who didn't attend today, in one sentence, what would you say they missed out on?
Sure, I think they missed out on a lot of different views from different people in terms of how AI is impacting leadership, and it was interesting for me just to see the divergence of views. It's actually not a convergent place right now, and it shows the market is in chaos, and therefore we need consciousness.
How do you see the conversations that were raised tonight shaping the future of leadership, innovation, and legacy by 2027?
Sure. How do I see the conversations that were raised today impacting legacy? Sure, it's a tough question, because I think where AI and leadership are so new, like literally, I don't think either of them have been matured in the industry to the right level to have a valued impact on 2027. But what I do believe is that today's discussions will mature the discussions that are still needed to find out where ethical use of AI and where the leadership boundaries actually sit.
One more question for you, sir, and that would be, in your own words, please describe what it is to be a conscious leader and what conscious companies means to you.
Sure. In my own words, being a conscious leader means caring for people who are around you all the time. That all your decisions are driven not only by what you get out of something, but how it impacts the people around you.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Richard, and I hope to see you again next year for the next summit.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Cheers.
Welcome to the Conscious Companies Conscious Leadership and Ethics Summit 2026. And today we are here with...
I'm Neil Rademan from KwaZulu-Natal.
Nice to meet you, sir. Having attended today's event, in which singular moment did you feel that history was being written in this room?
Dr. Jan Bellerman's talk. For me that just stood out so powerful, because kind of being in the latter part of my career and with the whole AI, it can be really quite overwhelming, and putting it into context in terms of conscious leadership and what do we really need to do in terms of hand, heart and body, what do we actually need to do? So it was really impactful for me. We work a lot with our leaders and we advocate to a philosophy of care and growth, which is really the care part of it is about your benevolent intent, which as leaders, that's your consciousness. So it really spoke to me. And we try and facilitate people to be more present, and we often work with horses. And we do equine leadership to facilitate this process. So listening to all of the speakers, just so rich, so encouraging. But Dr. Bellerman just put it into perspective, and as an older person, put me at ease.
Amazing stuff. For everybody who didn't attend today, you had to say what they missed out on in one sentence. What would you say?
What I would say is that they've missed out on an amazing direction and really investigation of your life and what is your life purpose, which really will inspire you to be able to give back to society and give back and have meaning.
How do you see the conversations raised today shaping the future of leadership, innovation and legacy by 2027?
What I'm finding, we always talk about purpose. We always talk about the importance of having a meaning in your life. And I think today, pulling in AI and putting into context and how we as leaders for the future are going to make a greater impact to society and actually to the benefit of the world.
One more question, sir. If you had to define a conscious leader in your own words, what would you say a conscious leader is, and what does conscious companies mean to you?
So, in my own words, a conscious leader is a person that is able to be present in the moment and be able to do all of the good human aspects, all of the things that are just really good that your parents taught you, that you can actually be present, actively listen to people, and to be able to give back and be there empathetic to understand what they are required. And Conscious Leadership Company actually embraces that and enables you to continuously focus on being present and being the best version of yourself, to be the best version for others.
Thank you, Mr. Neil. I feel like I've learned so much from you in such a short space of time, and I hope to see you at next year's summit.
Thank you very much. It was fantastic.
Welcome to the Conscious Companies Conscious Leadership and Ethics Summit 2026. Today we're celebrating 10 years of Conscious Companies. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Who are you here with today? Who are we here with today?
Sorry. Slaven Gajovic, Maximum Group and Conscious Companies.
Nice to meet you, sir. With that said, having attended today's event, in which singular moment did you feel that history was being written in this room?
I think I had a couple of those moments. One was when I was laying out the services and a sort of a vision for conscious companies going forward. And then there were other 2 or 3 moments when the other speakers have laid out and have presented their speech. And there were lots of aha moments and very important, pertinent points that they have brought up that I think could and would be taken forward with a forum here.
Amazing stuff, amazing stuff. For everybody who didn't attend today, what would you say they missed out on in one sentence?
For anybody that didn't attend today, I would say that they have missed out on some heart-opening, business-related still insights that will be taking shape and will be very relevant in the future to all of us, as well as networking with the like-minded people.
How do you see the conversations that were raised today shaping the future of leadership, innovation, and legacy by 2027?
I see the conversations raised today shaping the future because of the caliber of people that are here, and because of the ideas that were shared. Most of the CEOs that are here have obviously their interest and influence to drive this down in the companies. And I think this is how the future is going to be shaped. You take little bit and little bit and little bit of knowledge, and you of course apply it, and by making small steps you actually lead it to the great things.
In your own words, what would you describe as a conscious leader, and what does conscious companies mean to you?
So conscious leader and conscious companies mean to me a array or a multi-layered things, multi-layered approach. So what I mean by that is conscious leader means you are not only conscious about the impact and the business that you are doing, but everything surrounding that business, your supply chain, your suppliers, your impact on the ground, impact on the planet, impact on the environment, impact on the community, of course how much money you made and profit, and also overall impact on the humanity and how is this being affected, or how is this affecting everybody together, because we are all one and one is all.
Well, thank you for the wonderful event, Mr. Slaven.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shiklovo Kosa.
Thank you, and I look forward to what Conscious Companies has to bring to the world.
Cool, thank you. Thank you very much. Same here.
Welcome to the Conscious Companies Conscious Leadership and Ethics Summit.
Thank you.
And today we are here with...
You are here with Alec Mutlane.
Nice to meet you, Alec.
Pleasure.
Having attended today's event, what would you say is the one singular moment when you felt history was being written in today's event?
I think that history was being written today where you had some leaders actually come together for the first time and really start interrogating what does conscious leadership mean in the age of AI, and how is it that we able to remain human whilst living with machine-mediated interpretations.
For everybody who didn't attend today's event, what would you say they missed out on?
Okay, so for everybody who didn't attend the event, what I feel that they really missed out on is, besides the great performance, but they missed out on leaders actually sitting together and starting to ask fundamental human questions, and human questions around the development of human beings, with machines starting to take quite a bigger lead. So the question, the big thing that I think a lot of people would have benefited from is being able to listen to the pros and the cons, what we should look out for and what we should be prepared for when it comes to artificial intelligence as we go ahead into the future.
How do you see the conversations raised today shaping the future of leadership, innovation, and legacy by 2027?
Okay, so I think today's conversations when it comes to the future of innovation, leadership, and legacy, I think that firstly, a lot of leaders are not just going to be thinking just how are we able to put AI into our organization and make sure that we're able to innovate, but how are we able to do it in a human-centric way, in a way that understands the diversity of people, the diversity of our thinking, of being able to understand, beyond just the innovation, what is the real outcome and how are human beings going to be affected by those outcomes? And are we making conscious decisions as leaders to ensure that the innovation that we bring into our organization doesn't just overtake or replace human beings, but that it also is able to work side by side with human beings to be able to deliver that innovation.
Last question for you, Mr. Allen. In your own words, explain what conscious leadership means to you and what is a conscious company in this work we live in today.
Okay, so for me, consciousness stems, whether it's leadership or just the company itself, consciousness stems from the ability to be aware and awake. Are we aware of the decisions that we are making? Are we awake to the realities that those decisions or the outcomes of those decisions are putting within our society? So for me, a conscious company is a company that just doesn't act because it can act, but acts with empathy, acts with awareness, acts with an awakeness of the reality of where it is actually currently functioning.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Allen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day.